this is a very funny game. Now, when the game ended, I talked to my opponent a lot, and he said when he was born, his parents they were big fans of The Lion King, and they actually named him Hakuna Matata. And he didn't like that, so when he became 18, he changed his name to Akira Nakada. That's what happened. I don't know if he was kidding me, but I think that's what happened. Definitely, I didn't just make it up now. That's definitely not what happened. Definitely. Fun fact. Yeah. There we go. Pac-Man knows what I'm saying. Yeah. No, Carlson said something funny, or was it Geary? I think it was Carlson. Could have been Geary. He said, I liked Aronian when he lived in Armenia, and I even liked him when he was German. Now that he's American, I don't know. That was pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so when I play lower rated players, this guy was 21.99 FIDE. He really was. 99. I try to get out of theory quickly, mix it up with black, and then, hopefully I win, because I'm higher rated than them and such. I never met Duncan Suttles. Never. So I play B6 here a lot, which doesn't have a great reputation, but usually I have more ideas of the opening than my opponent does. Until now. So all I knew about this position was in 1983 or 84, Spielman played this move and beat Polagaevsky, and Polagaevsky lectured about it very angrily at the chess seminar I was at in Moscow. And I'll never forget, Polagaevsky, who does speak English, but he gave the lecture in Russian, and then the translator would say it in English. And Polagaevsky was getting madder and madder as he was showing the game, because he had a really good position, he messed it up and lost. And he would talk for 5 to 10 seconds, and then the translator would translate. However, he got so mad near the end of the game that he was yelling for 2 minutes straight. And then when he was done, he stopped and he looked at the translator, and the translator's like, I was upset. He's 3 words or something. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, yeah, Polagaevsky, I played bridge with him. He was really nice. I like Polagaevsky. Nice guy. R.I.P. Mizu Chimaru, subscribe. I think I played you around 4. Yeah. And so forth. Okay. Now, unfortunately, my opponent was the world's leading authority on this. And the reason is, I said, how did you know this and why do you know this when the game was over? And he said, Lenderman plays this a lot, and I guess he has played Lenderman, or he prepared for him, or they played the same club. I don't know. So because Lenderman plays this with black, he was prepared with the teeth. Now, he was moving instantly, so I knew something was wrong. He played here, which is fine. And I played F5, which is fine. And he played knight F3, instantly. And I was like, when I have this in blitz and bullet, I just win in 10 moves. But this guy's banging it out. Council of Rooks subscribed. Yeah, and I was like, this can't be good. So the first thing I analyzed was Queen G4, which threatens this winning and this winning. And what he can do is, he can castle, and now this doesn't win because his knight's not pinned. So if I play Queen G4 and he castles and I take, which looks like it wins a piece, he just takes back because my knight's not pinned anymore. And if I take this, so I can win a piece this way, okay, then he doesn't take back on C3. He plays the Zwischenzug, H3, put it in H. And now he has a big advantage or winning. If I play queen here with the same threat, he just takes. And if I take this, he takes that. I'm just losing here. So I decided I would take on C3 first. Okay, now if he takes with a pawn, and I go here, and he goes here, now I am winning. Hooray. And he instantly played queen takes c3. Also, king f1 is possible, but since you guys aren't grandmasters, we won't talk about that. Okay. And I played here, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And he's moving instantly, so obviously it's prep. Man, I chose the wrong variation against the guy who knew it, because after queen h4, I'm out of everything. And usually my opponent is. But this guy was banging out the moves. And then he took on f5, and I was like, Jesus, mother, son of a... So after the game, he said queen g2 is the main move, and he was showing me some analysis. He said it's equal, but black has to play perfectly, and he knows all this theory. When the game ended, and we talked about it, I went to my room, put the game in the computer. There was a game played on chess.com, like Title Tuesday or something, between Duda and Georg Meyer. Meyer was black, and I thought he was losing, but he won a really long blitz game, and he did take this. And this is the main line. Rook g1, queen takes, d5, threatening queen g7. And I was like, man, I'm going to lose all my pieces and get mated. And now knight e7 is the only move, and that's what Meyer played. And the engine says this is equal. Meyer somehow moved his knight out and castled, and he ended up down the exchange. He lost a lot of pieces on the king side, but he won anyway. Anyway, when my opponent was playing instantly, I'm like, I'm going to lose if I just play like the tactical lines, because I can't calculate anyway, and he knows everything. So I tried to find a move that wasn't theory, and I did, and he didn't know it, because it's not theory. So then he had to play his own moves. And the move's not good, but it worked out. I played knight f6. And that's the second best move, although it's not good. And now he thought forever on every move, because knight f6 is in theory. And he took, and then I castled. So this is a turn of events. He's sacrificing all his kingside pieces if I play queen g2 to get this monster attack, and I'm just giving all my pawns away so that I have the attack. So it's hard. Now what he should do, this or the next move, is play bishop e2, and then my game's not very good. I'm just down a pawn or two. I got no compensation. And he thought forever, and he played e7. But unlike a lot of people, I saw my rook was attacked. So I played rook. e7's not bad. Rook e8. He played d5, which is fine. I took. And now, I thought this move wasn't good after the game, although I wasn't a fan of e7. But the engine says it's fine. He played king f1. I think bishop e2 is better. And now I was thinking, I'm down a pawn. He has the two bishops. My bishop on b7 is trapped. But he played king f1, so it's not all lost. And the engine says white's up, but not quite a pawn. And he's a pawn up, so I have some compensation. Okay, so I developed my knight, the only good move. He kicked my queen, but I saw it. Then he played b4, so I can't play knight c5. And then I thought a long time about c6. Long time. And originally, I said if I play c6, he plays d6, and then I was done analyzing. And then I decided c6 was the best move after thinking for a very long time. And I was right. Obviously, I want to open up my bishop. So he played d6, which is fine. Now the engine says it's about equal. Because if I take the pawn on d6, that's good. Also good is if I can play c5. Now his pawn's not on d5 anymore, so my bishop is active. So I got this pawn I can take. I got c5 opening up my bishop. I can double up on the bubble up. So now it's a very tricky position. The engine wants him to play a3. And the reason is if I play c5, he can play b5. And I can't play knight b4. And this isn't good. This is like the famous game, not a joke. It's not a joke. It sounds like a joke. This is like the famous game Kasparov Sting. Because Sting got his bishop trapped over here forever. This is actually better than what happened to Sting. But he's winning here. He's plus 2.5 because the pieces are all ridiculous. So if he plays a3, it's very difficult for me to Get these pieces active. A3 is like a good grandmaster move. A lot of people who are under 2,300 wouldn't think about A3 because they're not trying to stop their opponent's counterplay. They're trying to kick my ass because he's kicking my ass. So A3 is like a defensive kind of move to make sure I can't break out. What was the name of that group? I was going to make a breakout joke. Like swing out sister? That's not right. Who's saying breakout? Breakout? It's like 35 years old. Anybody? Anyone? Swing out sister is right? Wow. I thought that I was just making that up. Proper Copper subscribed. Good anniversary. Can't believe swing out sister is right. Okay, so he played something. Bishop f4, developing a piece, defending his d-pawn, and that's a very bad move. Too slow. Too old. c5, breakout. Dun, 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 dun. Don't stop to ask. Now, I'm all over him like a condo on a corpse. Yes. Damn, that was a great joke. I actually changed the joke as I was saying it. Man. Everybody told me not to make the joke about the condo, but obviously I'm going to make it. Man, all over him like a condo on a corpse. Great joke. Great. I'm in awe of how great that joke was. 100 centidues. Hooray. Kobe. No, it's funny. This happened today. This isn't even a joke. We were flying home, and I told Karen, next time we should take Rex's private jet to tournaments instead of this commercial airline. And I said, sometimes private jets, small planes, they crash more often than a commercial airliner, which never crash. And I said, but that's okay because I'm going to go out with one last joke if we're on Rex's plane and it's crashing. I said, you know what I'm going to say? And she goes, no. And I said, Kobe. Truth hurts. Etc. Help refund, right. Go 1850. That's why I like this stream. I make a joke. You guys are like, I can't believe you made that joke. You're the worst person who ever lived. And one guy says, now I'm 1800 and I want to become a GM. So it's ignoring, like Dankel16 gifted a sub. Hooray. Go Dankel16. Yeah. It's a national tragedy. Who's Kobe? Even though you think I'm kidding, I believe I read on the internet Kobe was named because of Kobe beef was one of the reasons. His parents had it and they liked it. I don't know. His name's Kobe because of Kobe beef. That's why his name is Kobe. But I forgot the story. I read the story on the internet. Obviously it's made up, but it sounded good. Yeah. Truth hurts. Yeah. Quite lean. That's correct. Kobe. The city of Kobe. Maybe he was named for that. Okay, let's get back to the game. So finally, all of my bad moves have given me the advantage. Now, you may hate me, and I definitely hate you, but you guys don't care about my chess content. You just like the jokes, and some of you hate the jokes. This chess content you're going to like. Once a year, I give you good chess content from a game I played. This is one of them. You guys are going to enjoy this. Get some popcorn. I'll wait. Yay, vegan Kobe. By the way, this is also not a joke. It really does sound like a joke. Eric Hansen did not play Title Tuesday today because he got the second COVID vaccine. So, truth hurts. I'll tell you something else funny. Pot pick, subscribe, thank you. Jeffrey Zhang kicked my ass. God damn. We'll look at that the next stream. And the next round he had a half-point bye, which you have to request before the tournament. Then in the last round, he kicked that guy's ass. So I asked him, when the tournament ended, I saw him in the elevator. I said, did you take a bye in round 8 because before the tournament you didn't want to play 2 games? And he said, no, I had to get a COVID, I had to prove I don't have COVID so I can go to the World Cup in Russia. And that was the time they had, because he went to the World Open. Then he's going right to Sochi to play in the World Cup. But you have to prove you don't have COVID. So he had to go do a COVID thing and prove he didn't have it and get the paperwork. So he took a half-point bye. So, truth hurts. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I didn't tell Aviv this, but I thought about it, and I could be wrong. There's only one way I'm wrong. There's only one game where I could be wrong. When I played Jeffrey Zhang in round 6 or 7, 6? Oh, it was round 7. Jesus, I was doing better than I thought. When I played Jeffrey Zhang in round 7, now this is going to sound silly, and I'm not sure it's true. I think FIDE rating in slow chess, that's the highest rated player I've ever played. Ever. I don't play with 2,700 FIDEs in tournaments. In slow chess, over the board. The only game where my opponent might have been higher rated, that was FIDE rated, was in Kings Island about 15 years ago. I played Kamsky. Now, Kamsky's been over 2,700, but I don't know what his rating was when I played him. It might have been. And I actually drew that game with black. Maybe. But if it's not for that game, then, which I'm not sure about, then Jeffrey Zhang. Yeah. I played Kamsky at Kings Island. Yeah. But that's amazing. I'm 51, and I played the highest rated player I've ever played in my life in a FIDE rated game. That doesn't sound right. All the famous players I've played, they weren't, who they became later when I played them. Caruana, Anand, etc. Smith, they weren't 2,700 FIDE when I played them. Also, etc. M Gear, I wonder if it's Margear Pedersen. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So he played A3, which is the right move. Trying to kill my knight with B5. I played knight E4 attacking his queen, but he saw it. Now I attack his bishop. Now the engine doesn't like what I did here. Well, this engine does. My engine doesn't. Takes. Rook C8. Now I thought I was doing great here. I'm down a pawn still, but my bishop's open. His C pawn's attacked. If I take the C pawn, his B pawn's attacked. His king's on F1. His rook's on H1. But the engine says it's like equal. So that's a fine move. And I played here, and now he fell apart. Now, we've talked about this on previous streams, and I've talked about it to my students when I had students. Thanks for the sub, Apollo. Okay. I asked Apollo why he was giving me subs all the time, and he said it was part of his creed. Okay. Often, low-rated players are playing higher-rated players, and it could be like 200, 300, 400 point difference. 1,800's playing a 2,100, 1,300's playing a 1,600, etc. And the game is pretty reasonable, and nobody has a winning advantage, and people are thinking, why is this player higher than that player? They play the same. And then there's the fading that comes in. At some point between moves 20 and 35, one guy just starts playing bad and the other guy doesn't. The low-rated player. So this is what happened here. Here, he was better, I was better, it was equal, nobody was completely winning. Maybe he was winning technically, but not, not easy. And now it says it's equal, and now he may have been falling in love, but now he fell apart. Now I rolled over him like he was nothing. And that's what happens a lot. Lower rated players, when I say lower rated, I'm not saying a rating. I'm saying they're lower rated than their opponent. So if a 1900 isn't low rated, if his opponent's 1400, if his opponent's 2300, then he's lower rated. So in this instance, since I'm much higher rated than him, he said, okay, I'm lower rated, so I'm not sure he's looking at his watch. So I have to play bad now. Now, if I was playing Jeffrey Zhang, then I would play bad and he would win, even though it's equal, because we fade. And I made a concerted effort learning this in my 20s not to fade, because I used to. And I was tough at the end of games because I knew that was the crux of, existence. Yeah. Oh, I didn't fade against Jiang. He beat the hell out of me. I didn't have time to fade. I was resigning when I should have been fading. JA928 subscribed. Hooray. Okay. So he played, the engine says every move is equal. Every move. He played bishop f4, not that move. It doesn't like that move. It says knight f3 is equal, h4, which I don't understand, is equal, king g1, which I do understand, is equal. In fact, the engine thinks after knight f3, I should play rook e4 and repeat, which I would not do. But okay, he played bishop f4, defending, his knight more, but knight's already defended. And then I doubled up on the bubble up. Now his game's not good, but he played really bad, domino effect. And I asked the guy, I said, you played really well, then you made one bad move after another. Why'd you do that? And he told me, he says, well, I had pizza before the game. And I'm like, well, you were tired? He said, no, it was Domino's pizza. So there was a domino effect. When you eat Domino's pizza, you just play terrible. That's what that means. If you're ever in a course in high school or college and they ask you what's the domino effect, now you got a good answer, right? A+ for sure. If I'm your teacher, if anybody else is your teacher, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. SM Rosny subscribed. Good. That's right. I should have checkmated every move except for one thing. Man, if I was a little Caesar, man. If I was a little Caesar, then I would have played in the C section. Gotcha, bitch. Bishop with your rook instead of your bishop. Because taking with the rook's better? Yeah, rook takes is better. That's why. After bishop takes, he can play knight g5, forking my rook and bishop, and then I'm much worse. Rook takes threatens his bishop. So I gains a tempo, and then I can double rooks. Yeah. All right. Domino's Pizza is not there for you at 3 a.m. They're not open. Also, they're not Domino's Pizza anymore. They're Domino's. Also, they don't spell Domino's like that. Otherwise, your sentence was correct. Okay, now he played bad again. Knight f3, a very bad move. All right, now, if you remember about 20 minutes ago, I said this is the chess content you came for. During my game, I'm not kidding. During my game, as the game was progressing, I said, man, they're going to love this on my stream when I showed the game. I really did think that. I said, oh man, my stream's going to love this. One Hit Blunder subscribed. I really did think that. All right. And you will know my name is the Lord. Bam! Gotcha, bitch. His queen is overworked. Finally, the knight comes to the rescue of black's other pieces. So now, if he plays the obvious but bad queen b4, his queen doesn't defend his knight. And then he's just getting crushed. You can't take the bishop. I mean, you can legally take the bishop. Now I'm threatening checkmate, checkmate, checkmate in 2, and the bishop. So the engine says the best move is resigns. Now your favorite variation is defending the checkmate except you're not. And then mate. Oh, snap. So he has to play king g1, and this also is 8. Now if he takes rook e2, and he can't even check me. There's no checks. God damn. You hear me talking? Okay. So knight takes b4 was an excellent move. That's not the part you're going to like. It's coming. Okay, he played king g1, trying to escape. Now, I played a grandmaster move. It's not a computer move. If you ask a strong grandmaster like Wesley or Magnus, what should black play here? They will play my move, not the computer move. The computer move is rook f8 with winning complications. Black's winning. The human move, if you're good, is a5. Now the game is over. No complications. I'm only worried about losing my knight, and I'm worried about rook a7. That's all I'm worried about. Otherwise, he can't do anything. After this, he can't do anything. Now, I can attack the rest of the game, and he has to sit there and take it. Now, obviously, when he plays king g1, it seems like he wants to play king h2, but f2 is not defended. And then f3 and g2 and Papa John's and double on the 7th. Okay. He can't play king h2. Okay, he played bishop g3. All right, now it's like when there's an emergency, you push 9-1, and then when the person tells you, you push the last one, right? Here, you get ready to donate, and before you push the donate button or the next move, and then you donate for the next move. Anybody? This is why you watch my stream, because I made this move in a slow game. Yay! See a man about a dog with the engine move, although the engine would have wrote it differently, so maybe he's right. Yeah. Bam! I was like, man, they're going to love this on my stream. And this is what I was saying in the first game. When you see this position, you know which player is the better player. When you see this, you're like, all right, I guess black's a better player than white. Council of Rooks gave 5 subs. GM Canty rated with a party of 80. My biggest rate of the day, except for Botez Live and Rosen. Botez Live has probably never rated me ever. That was my first today. It was a virgin raid. I've never been raided. Crumbopulous Michael, Afron Pie, Knight F3. Canty, you came when I played Rook E3. And you will know my name is the Lord when I play Rook E3. Now, the idea, which you don't see, but I'm going to show you, not Canty, he sees it, is after takes. God damn! Gotcha, bitch. And then if you take, it's mate. You hear me talking, hillbilly boy? Yeah. And queen takes loses in a shallow and pedantic way. And you may think, oh, it's 2 rooks for a queen. That's because thinking is not your strong suit. Yeah, it says black is plus 10 million here. Yeah, his king's no good, his rooks are no good, his pawns are no good, his king's no good. And, you know, his play thus far hasn't been great. Hooray! Still castle. What? All right. So he moved his queen, because I attacked his queen. Bishop takes f3. The engine wants him to give his queen away, because it doesn't want him to get mated. So, obviously, queen f3 wins, but my rook is almost attacked. So I was like, all right, that's attacked enough. I want to win the simplest way, the most efficient way, not the computer, I don't want to, any problem here. Okay. Rook h2, defending. Queen c5, exclam. former muscle. And my opponent, I believe, missed my next move. Now, if you saw my next move, it doesn't matter. It says I'm +9. But if he misses my next move, then I'm like +70 or something. Anyway, you can look at the respective, And it's funny is because when in the opening, when he was blitzing out his prep, the idea was he would sacrifice material and then attack me. And then it's his other way around English. Hooray for Ben. So he played Queen F1, and I went, bam! Oh, snap. As in one of Spencer's games when he was 8 years old. Actually, I think he was 9. King H1. No, both my rooks are tacked. Oh, no, my rooks. It's possible he saw this. I mean, you shouldn't miss that. He's 2,200. And then he played this really quickly. Like, gotcha, your 2 rooks are attacked. Maybe that's what he thought. I don't know. Maybe. But I saw if he played King H1, what I would do. I have a lot of sayings just in case I don't know what to do. I'm like, what are my sayings? And here we got always retreat. Bam! Oh, snap. It's funny, he's got 3 legal moves, and F3's the worst. Queen G2, I'm only +66, but F3 I have forced mate. By the way, after F3, obviously every move wins, but this is beautiful. That's beautiful. I was talking to Beck about this position, and I said, is it beautiful? And he's like, I don't know. And his daughter said, that's beautiful, Daddy. Man, even I can't understand my jokes. And then the idea is double, triple checkmate plus tax. You know those mates that are like double mates? Oh, here he resigned because, it's the most ridiculous position ever. Go, everybody. It's got 2 turntables and a microphone. Yeah. I like that final position because earlier in the game I wasn't doing well, and then I was. Now, my plan today was to show you 4 games and then show you my last 4 the next stream. But, it's already too late for that. So I'm going to go home because I'm sick and old and, tired and stupid. I'm a quadruple threat. Nobody can challenge me.